Today, I'm in Incheon for round 16 of the 2026 WK League, where Incheon Hyundai Steel Red Angels are facing Seoul City Hall. This is my second time watching a WK League match in person. During my first visit, I mainly focused on the teams, the atmosphere, and what happened on the pitch. This time, before we get into today's game, I want to step back and talk a little more about the league itself, because the WK League deserves more attention than it usually receives. The WK League is the highest level of women's club football in South Korea. 8 teams compete across the regular season, meeting each opponent several times before the top sides move into the postseason. The team finishing first goes directly to the championship final, while the second and third place teams meet in a playoff for the other place. That means every position near the top matters. Winning the regular season gives a major advantage, but finishing second or third still keeps the championship alive. There's also more at stake than the domestic title. The league champion earns the opportunity to represent Korea in Asian club competition, giving the WK League an important role beyond the domestic season. When you watch the league, one of the first things you notice is the contrast between the level on the field and the attention around it. Many players are current or former national team members, and the matches can be physical, tactical, and technically demanding. At the same time, crowds are often smaller, media coverage is limited, and information in English can be difficult to find. Even learning about the teams and league format can take more effort than it should. That is one reason I wanted to come back. My first WK League experience made me curious about what the competition feels like beyond a single match. It is easy to look at women's football only through major international tournaments, but the national team is supported by the work players do every week at club level. This is where younger players gain experience and established players maintain their form throughout a long season. The clubs also have different backgrounds and identities. Some are connected to cities or public institutions, while others are supported by companies or regional organizations. Some sides have a long history of competing for titles, while others are trying to build stronger squads and create more balance. Because there are only 8 teams, they meet repeatedly, creating familiarity, tactical adjustments, and personal storylines across the season. That repeated schedule is important for today's match. Incheon and Seoul have already played twice this year, with each team winning once at home. So this third meeting is not simply a new matchup. Both sides already know each other's strengths, weaknesses, and tendencies. Coaches can adjust based on the previous games, and the players know what kind of challenge is waiting for them. Incheon are currently 4th, which feels unusual for a club with such a successful history. Their squad has become younger, injuries have interrupted their rhythm, and they have struggled to produce consistent results. Seoul are 7th, but their position also needs context. They have dealt with so many injuries that players have sometimes been used outside their normal roles, including midfielder Kim Min-ji appearing in goal. Today brings together two teams that expected more from the first half of the season. Incheon need points to remain close to the leading group, while Seoul need a result that can change the mood and give them confidence as injured players gradually return. For me, this second visit is not only about watching 90 minutes of football, it is also a chance to understand the WK League more clearly, how the competition is organized, why these matches matter, and what the league feels like when you are actually here. The players are ready, the match is about to begin, and both teams have something to prove. Let's watch the game. The match begins with Incheon trying to control possession and Seoul staying compact, ready to press and counter. The first clear chance belongs to Incheon. A corner is partly cleared, Park Mi-ryum drives into the box and shoots, but Kim Jung-mi reacts quickly to save. The home side look sharp early and push their fullbacks forward. Seoul show their plan immediately. Han Chae-rin breaks into space on the counter, but Park Mi-ryum races back to stop her. Incheon want to build patiently, while Seoul are waiting for space behind them. Wirtz wins the ball back, combines with her teammates, and meets a cross from the left. Her difficult first-time effort goes wide, but it is the kind of aggressive movement Incheon want from her. Then the game changes. A Seoul attack reaches the right side of the box, and the referee points to the spot after the ball strikes and Song-hee's right arm. It is a difficult moment for the young defender, who is starting in place of the suspended Jong Yoo-jin. Kang Tae-kyung places the penalty firmly into the corner. Kim Min-jung reads the direction, but the shot is too accurate. Seoul lead 1-0, even though Incheon had made the stronger start. Incheon continue moving the ball from side to side and pushing their fullbacks higher. Kim Min-seo drives forward and shoots, but Kim Jung-mi makes another important save. Wirtz keeps the move alive, yet Seoul survive again. Incheon are creating pressure, but the final touch is missing. Wirtz receives the ball inside the area with Lim Seon-ju tight behind her. She tries to turn, but the experienced defender stays strong and forces the ball out. Their battle becomes one of the main stories of the first half. Incheon spend long periods inside Seoul's half and control most of the possession. Seoul drop deeper, block crosses, and protect the center. They are under pressure but remain disciplined. Another Incheon effort is stopped by Kim Jong-mi. The home side have produced several shots, but Seoul's goalkeeper continues to protect the lead. Just before halftime, Seoul almost score again. A cross reaches Kang Tae-kyung inside the box, but her attempt goes over the bar. The first half ends 1-0 to Seoul. Incheon have controlled the ball and created more attacks, but Kang Tae-kyung's penalty is the difference. The second half starts with a different rhythm. Seoul push higher and attack with more confidence. Incheon makes several substitutions, but the changes do not produce an instant response. Seoul break through the middle and create a shooting chance, but Kim Min-jung saves. Soon after, Kang Tae-kyung and Han Chae-rin combine again, forcing Incheon into another difficult defensive sequence. Seoul keep winning set pieces and second balls near the penalty area. Incheon need an equalizer, but they are struggling to recover the control they had before halftime. The heat is beginning to affect both teams. Incheon suffer another setback when Kim Min-seo has to leave through injury. Park Gae-hyun comes on, but the stoppage breaks the home side's rhythm. The decisive attack begins through the center. Kim Min-ji wins the ball, carries it into the penalty area, protects it under pressure, and drives a left-footed finish past Kim Min-jung. Seoul lead 2-0. The goal has extra meaning because Kim Min-ji had recently been forced to play as goalkeeper during the club's injury crisis. Today, she is back in midfield, scoring her first league goal of the season with a move she creates almost entirely by herself. Incheon now need 2 goals. Han Chae-rin nearly adds a third with 2 quick attempts. Kim Min-jung saves the first, and the second is blocked by the defense. They continue to use the width of the pitch, but Seoul's experienced defenders remain calm and compact. Incheon create one of their best chances of the second half. A quick passing move sends Park Mi-ram into the box, but Kim Jong-mi produces an excellent reflex save. The move is later ruled offside, but the save still shows her concentration. The final minutes are frustrating for Incheon. They keep the ball and send players forward, but Seoul defend the box with numbers and clear the crosses. The final whistle goes. That's the final whistle here in Incheon, and Seoul City Hall leave with a 2-0 victory. Incheon had more possession and created several promising attacks, especially in the first half, but they could not turn that control into goals. Seoul defended with patience, Kim Jong-mi made important saves, and the team took its chances when they arrived. Kang Tae-kyung's penalty opened the scoring before Kim Min-ji secured the result with an impressive individual goal in the second half. For Seoul, this feels like an important victory after a difficult period filled with injuries and disappointing results. For Incheon, it is another frustrating afternoon and another reminder that possession alone is not enough without a decisive finish. This was my second time watching the WK League in person, and I'm starting to understand the competition more clearly. The crowds may be smaller and the coverage more limited, but the matches still contain strong players, tactical battles, and stories worth following throughout the season. Thank you for watching. I hope this video helped you experience the match and learn a little more about the WK League.